Alright, so you probably clicked on this video because you are currently in drawdown and you're wondering, what can I do to get out of drawdown? And I think that's the question that we always ask ourselves, like what can we do to get out of drawdown, or how fast can we get out of drawdown? I don't want to be in drawdown any much longer. And I think what we need to actually focus on whenever you're on drawdown is, instead of focusing on how fast I can get out of drawdown, or or why I'm in drawdown or whatever, the first important thing you have to understand, which is something that's might go over a lot of people's head, is you have to understand that it's completely normal to be in drawdown. The moment you can completely understand that it's normal is the moment where you're gonna stop revenge trading, stop taking unnecessary trades, and forcing your way into a deeper hole. Because that is as simple as it gets. Okay, just imagine this, right? Imagine trader A, they're in drawdown. Trader B, they're in drawdown. But trader A, his mindset is completely different and rewired in a way where it's basically like, okay, I'm down 3% on my account, but I can get it back eventually. This is normal. This is okay. And he's just chilling, almost completely nonchalant. Imagine trader B, where he's like, oh my gosh, I'm in drawdown. I gotta get out by the end of this day or by the end of the week. And how can I do this? What trade? I need to find a trade. This trade looks good. Like, just imagine that, right? Which trader do you think is gonna make it out of drawdown? It's gonna always be the trader that's more relaxed, the trader that's treating the drawdown like it's part of the process, because it is part of the process. It would be very sweet and amazing if you could have an account and you just instantly just going to profit. It happens sometimes. It's not, but it also happens sometimes that you're gonna be in drawdown. It's the same thing. It's both normal. You know what I'm saying? So when you are in drawdown, it's very important to understand that this is normal. Um, when I so I just got funded like about 2 weeks ago, on my way to get a payout. But anyways, my first the first the first phase, I went in drawdown. I went down like negative three 3%, -3%, and then I made it out. I passed phase one, 8% profit. Phase two, I went down -5% in drawdown. Okay, so I was only 5% away from max drawdown, and I managed to make it back up and pass phase two, 5% profit. On my funded account, I went down -3% drawdown again, just like phase one, and I managed to. Right now, I'm in a couple days. I'm gonna be able to request for a payout of like I basically made 6% profit, so I'm getting about 5%. Okay, about $5,000. I'm gonna be getting paid out. So I went from -3 in my funded to positive 6% profit. And it really just shows you that it's okay to be in drawdown. Um, the important thing is you accept drawdown. That's the key word for today. Accept. Accept. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Accept. I'm gonna keep repeating accept because I want you to accept that it's completely normal to have drawdown. Because I can't stress enough, the moment you can accept that it's normal is the moment you're gonna stop making foolish decisions to try and get out of drawdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's normal. And you might hear me say this the whole video, where it feels like I'm saying the same thing. And the whole purpose of me doing this is I do not want this to go over your head. It is so important for you to understand this. You know what I'm saying? Not every trade is gonna go instantly in profit. And I've heard a lot of experienced traders, they always say, we're all humans at the end of the day. We're still gonna make mistakes. I can say what I'm saying right now, but I'm still gonna make mistakes. And that's why, okay, there's a way around it. The thing with trading is, even though trading is hard, we have a lot of control. You know what I'm saying? Or we have the ability to have control. It's just that we don't take control. We make our mind take control, or we make our emotion take control of us, when we can actually take control of a lot of different things. We can't control the market. That's the only thing we can't control. The market's gonna do whatever it's gonna do, but you can react in a positive way. You know, so basically, if you're in drawdown, you know, maybe you can have a rule where it's basically like, um, maybe I lose 3 trades max per day or per week. Okay, I wouldn't say 3 trades per day. It depends on how much you're risking on your account. Maybe if you're risking like a quarter of a percent, then you can lose a lot of trades and you're still good. If you're risking like maybe 1% or half a percent per trade, it just depends on your risk tolerance and so forth. But what I would recommend is having certain very strict rules that you trade based off, because trading is not just about having a good strategy. A good strategy is gonna also go into a drawdown. That's what you have to understand. You know, what you need to, like, the most important thing is just having the good foundation. And what makes a good foundation is the rules. If you have a rule where you can only lose 3 trades or 5 trades per week, that's all you would be losing, 5 trades per week, nothing more. And what's gonna happen is, if you lose, let's say you lose 5 trades and it's already Wednesday, you have 2 more days left to trade. Instead of you trying to force a trade the last 2 days, or especially on a Friday trying to force a trade, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be like, damn, I can't trade anymore because I already lost 5 times. So it's gonna feel shitty, but at the same time, it's gonna be for your own good, because you're not gonna force a trade. You're gonna have the whole rest of the week plus the weekend. Then you're gonna go into next week. You're gonna be refreshed, and you're gonna feel brand new. You're gonna feel almost brand new, because it's a whole new week. You're gonna be proud of yourself because you actually stuck to your rules. You know what I'm saying? You stuck to your rules about maybe only 5 trades max, and then you're gonna be on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. You gotta be on top of everything. Set your rules, set the foundation, and then live and trade based off those, and then it's gonna work out. You know. And even after doing this, you could still go into the next week in drawdown again. You could have 2 weeks where you're in drawdown. And as I said, it's completely normal. Completely normal. The best traders in the world has been in drawdown. The best traders in the world. It might be harder for them now, but it still happens to them. You know what I'm saying? If anybody says it doesn't happen, they're lying. So, uh, to end this video, I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Have a foundation and stick to it. Stick to the rules that you create, and do not let your emotions take control of your fingers and make the wrong decisions, okay? Think it through and be the leader of your mind. Be the leader of your entire body, and accept that the market does what it wants, and the only thing you can do is plan accordingly and just react.